Look closely at the center of a blooming sunflower. The seeds aren't scattered at random. They arrange themselves in sweeping, counter-rotating arcs that weave together with absolute precision. This pattern relies on a specific mathematical blueprint, the Fibonacci sequence. It starts with 0 and 1, and every number that follows is simply the sum of the two before it. 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and on into infinity. If you sit down and actually count the spirals winding clockwise and the ones winding counterclockwise on a sunflower head, you will almost always find two consecutive numbers from that exact sequence, like 34 in one direction and 55 in the other. This geometry is doing real work. For a plant, following this sequence provides a structural blueprint to survive in a physical world. Every growing plant faces a spatial problem. As it shoots up a stem, it has to sprout new leaves without overshadowing the older ones below. Every leaf needs access to falling rain and direct sunlight. If a plant rotates its new growth by a simple fraction of a circle, say exactly 1/4 or 1/3 of a turn, the leaves will quickly stack up in vertical columns. The top leaves catch all the light, and the ones underneath are completely starved. This graphic illustrates the biological solution. To achieve resonance avoidance, the plant uses the golden angle, measuring exactly 137.5 degrees. Alter that angle by even a fraction of a degree, as seen left and right, and the tight packing collapses. Space is wasted and efficiency drops. We can see this precision playing out in a common daisy. By tracking the individual florets, marked here with X's and O's, you can trace the resulting Fibonacci spirals, locking perfectly into place, completely filling the horizontal space. By utilizing an infinitely irrational number, biological organisms solve the highly practical problem of resource optimization. This mathematical ratio escapes the DNA of living things. It scales up to govern the shape of massive, non-living structures across the universe. As the Fibonacci sequence expands, the ratio between its numbers locks in on approximately 1.618, the golden ratio. This exact ratio forms a logarithmic spiral. It allows an object to grow continuously outward while maintaining its exact original shape, avoiding structural collapse. You can observe this mechanical scaling in atmospheric fluid dynamics. As low-pressure systems pull in air and moisture, they spin up into massive hurricanes that trace these exact proportional curves across hundreds of miles. Expand the scale by a few billion light-years, and the geometry remains consistent. Entire star systems maintain this precise shape, preserving their structure as immense mass and angular momentum rotate through the vacuum of space. The golden ratio provides a mathematical framework for structural integrity, governing how disparate systems manage expansion and rotation without breaking apart. When human beings encounter this mathematical optimization in the wild, we often experience a sense of balance and aesthetic satisfaction. Ancient architects engineered their monuments to project this same visual stability. They designed structures like the Parthenon in Athens, with column spacing and structural widths that closely align with the golden ratio. During the Renaissance, masters like Leonardo da Vinci mapped these mathematical rules directly onto the human body. He used these precise proportions to define a standard of anatomical harmony in his Vitruvian Man. This aesthetic mimicry continues today, dominating modern corporate design and consumer psychology. Many of the world's most recognizable logos are built using overlapping circles whose diameters match Fibonacci numbers. This precise proportionality creates their instantly recognizable and enduring visual appeal. Human designers deliberately replicate these proportions because they reflect the same balance and harmony found in the most efficient systems of the natural world. What happens if we strip away the physical world entirely? If we look purely at mathematical computation, completely free from the limits of biology or physics? We get the Mandelbrot set. It is a fractal, an infinitely complex geometric shape generated from a repeating, highly simplistic equation. As a computer plunges deeper into the fractal's boundaries, the structures continuously scale and recreate themselves. It is pure digital chaos that never ends and never repeats exactly. Yet there is strict order inside that chaos. If you count the number of miniature bulbs branching off the main shapes as you zoom in, they systematically count up using the exact numbers of the Fibonacci sequence. Even isolated in the realm of abstract mathematics, this sequence remains the inescapable spine of infinite complexity. Whether it is the dense packing of seeds in a flower, or the atmospheric bands of a hurricane, or the geometry of the art we create, they are all bound by the identical geometric rules. The Fibonacci sequence provides a consistent mathematical framework that persists across every scale of reality. To look at a microscopic seed or a vast galaxy is to see the exact same code, endlessly solving the problem of existence.